What's up, W fam? Let's talk round 2 of the playoffs. What can I say, man? Mercs in four. Cue the champagne, drop the confetti. Congratulations to the Merc for going to the finals. I remember early on at the beginning of the year, people were saying that Phoenix was like a bubble team. Either they were going to be first out or they weren't going to make the playoffs at all. A lot of the reason why people were saying that is because they only returned 2 players from the previous season, right? So their roster is heavily pieced together, all new faces, all new people, right? But the players that they bring in are folks that know how to win. Some of them are former champions, former Olympics. More importantly, they're all bullies. You need that if you're trying to get to the finals, right? You need an AT, you need a Sabali, you need a Ka if you're trying to run over the next team. Right, so they did a great job of fighting through a lot of adversity. Ka was injured to start the season. AT was injured off and on to start the season. The Unicorn really had to hold it down. And they won games without them, with just Sabali leading. So once their big 3 was ready and available, we seen what Phoenix can do. But we have to do a big shout out to DB. I did not like her game during this series. She did not shoot the ball well, but it didn't matter. In the fourth quarter, in the biggest moment, she was who she is. 2-time champion, if I'm not mistaken, Olympian, etc. She had a couple big threes, couple big rebounds that helped seal the game. So again, that's what big time players do. They show up in the biggest moments. So even though her shot wasn't really falling for the bulk of the series, who cares? Nobody's going to remember that. They're only going to remember that 3 was falling. On the Lynx side, I feel so bad that their season ended this way. It was just a deflating way to end such a great year. I mean, they were basically the number 1 seed all year long. They looked great all year. Fee was hurt off and on. They were still winning games even without her. Last night you saw their former champions like Jess, like Kayla shoot lights out, play great defense. Heartbreaking that they had to play their last game without their coach. Cheryl was suspended, of course. Fee was hurt, right? That's an MVP caliber player to have to try to defend on the road and win a game. So it just sucks that they went out that way. Their bench didn't give them much. I think Tisha Heidemann was maybe 1 for 7. Maria was maybe 1 for 6. Again, you need your bench mob to show up and give you 10, if you really want to have an opportunity to win. This was a close game, one that the Lynx led most of the way, same as the last game, right? But you have to close people out, right? They don't care if you're the number 1 seed. This playoff basketball, you got to take it from me. You got to prove to me that you're the number 1 seed. So I think that the Lynx will be fine if they can keep most of their core players. I will leave y'all with a stat that I saw out there. They were saying that previous to this game, if you were in the playoffs and you were down 13 plus heading into the fourth quarter, those teams were 2-106. So thanks to the Merc, they're now 3-106 because the Merc were down 20 plus in the last 2 games and still came through and won. They got a lot of players that know how to swim out in those deep, rough, rocky waters, and that's what you need to win these games. We'll see what happens with the Merc, but congratulations to them for making it back to the finals.